Now our next topic is relationship between zeros and coefficient of a polynomial. Relationship between zeros and coefficient of a polynomial. You have studied about the zeros of a polynomial. You know that what is the coefficient. Okay. So here suppose for this is a linear equation ax plus b. Coefficient of x is a. Okay. For the quadratic equation, for this ax square plus bx plus c, coefficient of x square is here a. For the x it is b, it is a constant value. So this is called your coefficient. Okay. Now coefficient of a polynomial and the zeros of the polynomial, you have to tell me that it is the, we will study about here relationship. So first thing is that we are taking for the linear equation. It is very easy because you know that what is the zero of a polynomial. So here ax plus b. Suppose we are finding the zero of this polynomial ax plus b. So we will take ax plus b equal to 0. The main thing is that if this is the linear equation, a can't be 0. If this is for the linear equation, a can't be 0. What will happen then if a will be 0? If a will be 0, can it be a linear equation? No. Why? Because if a will be 0, x not exists. So here there is no x power 1 because the linear equation based on standard form ax plus b. It can be only ax but can't only b. It can be ax only because the highest degree of this polynomial is 1 because it is 1. So that's why we are calling it linear equation, linear polynomial. So here it can't be a equal to 0. Now for this ax equal to plus b equal to 0. So the value of x will be here minus b upon a. So minus b upon a, that means b is a constant term and a is coefficient of x. That means we can say that a equal to minus b upon a. Okay. And also you can say that minus constant term upon coefficient of x. Now this is for the quadratic. Okay. Relationship between zeros and coefficient for the quadratic equation. What is the quadratic polynomial? Tell me that. What is a quadratic polynomial? It is ax square plus bx plus c. It is the standard form of the polynomial, quadratic polynomial px equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where the main condition is a can't be 0. Okay. Going to finding the relationship between zeros and coefficient of quadratic polynomial, we will do it with the help of the derivation. Derivation helps you to how to comes the result. Okay, it's help you that how you will get that how the results come. You can also learn the formula directly, but the main thing is that you have to know that how it's come. So first thing is that if this is a quadratic polynomial, how many zeros will be? 2. Why 2? Because the degree is 2. Suppose we have taken alpha and beta, the zeros of this polynomial for the quadratic polynomial. If these are the zeros of this polynomial, so we can write as x minus alpha, x minus beta equal to 0. Okay, you have studied about this in your 9th class, factorization of any polynomial. So we can write as x minus alpha, x minus beta equal to 0 because alpha and beta are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Now expand this one, it's become x square minus alpha. First thing is that when firstly multiply with this and this, same as this multiply with this and this. Okay, first thing x multiply with the both and then alpha multiply with the both, then we get here this x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta equal to 0. This is the main result here. Okay, now we consider it as a equation. Now comes to this one, your quadratic polynomial. It is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So we can write as, we have divided the whole equation with the help of a. We get here a and a get cancelled out, so it becomes x square plus b upon ax plus c upon a equal to 0. We consider it as a b equation. Now from the a and b, from the equation a and b, we have compared this equation x square. Okay, variable coefficient is 1. Now for the x, it is minus alpha plus beta equal to b upon a. So we can write as alpha plus beta equal to minus b upon a. Same as for alpha beta, the constant term it's become c upon a. though, so that is your alpha beta equal to c upon a. Here, what is the alpha beta? Alpha beta are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. So we can see that sum of the roots, it is alpha and it is beta. Sum of the roots is equal to minus b upon a, and we can also write as coefficient of x, because b is the coefficient of x. B is here here coefficient of x, and equal to coefficient of x square, because a is your coefficient of x square. So this is the relation. Sum of the roots equal to the result is comes here. This is the main thing is there. Alpha plus beta, sum of the roots is minus b upon a equal to minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. Same as product of roots equal to c upon a. C is here what? C is here constant term upon a is here coefficient of x square. Okay, so this is the relation for between the zeros and the coefficient of a polynomial for the quadratic equation. Now comes to the for the cubic equation. Okay, yes, one more thing is here, one more result we get here with the help of this one, x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta equal to 0. The second main result we get here, x square minus alpha beta x plus alpha beta equal to 0. So this is your x square minus alpha plus beta, that means sum of root x plus alpha beta, that means product of roots equal to 0. This is your another result. With the help of this you will form any quadratic polynomial. With the help of this result you can find any polynomial. If you have given the roots, so you can find the sum of roots and the product of roots, then you will form the quadratic polynomial. So these two results are main thing is here. You have to remember these two results. With the help of these two results, we will do exercise 2.2. So here we have studied relations between zeros and the coefficient of a polynomial. For the linear equation, x will be, that means x will be minus b upon a. It is your constant term upon coefficient of x. And for the quadratic equation, it is, we get the two main result here. First is your sum of roots and product of roots, and the one more result is here. With the help of this result we can find the quadratic polynomial. Okay, if those roots you have given. Now comes to the for the cubic equation. What is a cubic standard form? It is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a can't be 0. A cannot be 0. Sum of roots will be alpha plus beta plus gamma. Here why we have choose 3 roots? Because the highest power of higher degree of this polynomial for the cubic equation is 3. So there will be 3 roots lie. That means alpha we have taken as alpha beta gamma. This is your gamma. Okay, so this is your minus b upon a, and sum of the product and sum of the roots is your alpha beta, beta gamma plus gamma alpha is equal to c upon a, and that the last product of the roots, it is your alpha beta gamma, it is your minus d upon a. So this is for the relationship between zeros and coefficient of a polynomial. We have studied for the linear equation, for the cubic equation, for the quadratic equation. So you have to keep in mind the main result here, this one and this one also. Okay, with the help of this we are going to start our 2.2, that is 2.2. Exercise 2.2, first question, find the zeros of a polynomial x square minus 2x minus a and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. You have studied about the zeros of a polynomial, then you have studied relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. Okay, so first thing is here, firstly we will find the zeros of this polynomial x square minus 2x minus 8. Firstly we will find the zeros of this polynomial. To finding the zeros of this polynomial, that means suppose this one is your px equal to x square minus 2x minus 8. It is the for which variable? This is the polynomial for which variable? It is for the variable x. So to finding the zeros, we will take px equal to 0. That means x square minus 2x minus 8 equal to 0. Now this is your quadratic polynomial. With the help of anything, that is a factorization method, any other method, you can take this one. Okay, so with the help of middle term split we are doing this one. So this is your x square minus 4 to the 8 and 4 minus 2 is 2. You have to get when this and this. So this is your 4x plus 2x. Why? When we multiply minus 4x and 2x, we get minus 8x square. And when we subtract 2x from the minus 4x, we get minus 2x. And this is your minus 8 equal to 0. So we have split the middle term as minus 4x plus 2x. Now from 2, we take x as common. So this is plus 2 as common, minus 4 equal to 0. So here x plus 2 and here x minus 4, because x minus 4 comes 2 times, so we have taken as common, and the remainder is x plus 2 equal to 0. You have studied this one at in your 9th class, but we have done this one. Now the value of x will be your minus 2 and the value of x will be 4. Here the roots of this one. This is are the roots of this is, that means zeros, roots, any other you can say that. These are the zeros of this polynomial x square minus 2x minus 8. What is the value? First thing is your minus 2 and that is your 4. Why these two come? Why they haven't come 4, 8? Because for the quadratic polynomial we always get only 2 zeros. Why 2? Because the power is 2 here. Highest power is highest degree. The degree of the quadratic polynomial is 2, so we will get the 2 zeros. Okay, this is our your minus 2 and 4. Now we have to verify this. We have to verify this one. So this is the part of verification. This is the part for the verification. Now this is your x square minus 2x minus 8. This is a quadratic polynomial. Standard form of the quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Compare these to this. A get here x square, a get here 1, b get here minus 2, c get here minus 8. Now tell me sum of the roots. If this is your minus b by a, so b is your minus remain as it is, b is your minus 2 and a is your 1. So this is the minus minus plus, so this become 2. Product of root is c upon a. You have studied it for when you have relationship between the zeros and coefficient. Okay, c is here minus 8, a is here 1, so this is your minus 8. So you get the sum of roots and product of roots for this quadratic polynomial. Now these are the two roots. Tell me that sum of the roots from here. Sum of roots or zeros you can take. Sum of root minus 2 plus 4. It will become your 2. Same as sum of the roots you get here 2. Product of roots alpha and beta. That means product of roots. Product of roots. Product these one. 2 multiply 4. This is your minus 8. 4 to 8 and minus 8. Sum of root 2. Product of root 8. Sum of root is 2. Product of root is 8. That means these are totally same. So that means first thing is that you will do the roots of the firstly you will find the zeros of the polynomial, whatever you have given. Any method you can do, factorization, common method. Okay, so this is firstly you will find the zeros, then you will do the verification part with the help of the sum of zeros and the product of zeros. Now the first question of the exercise 2.2 you have solved. With the help of same method you will do the other one. Okay, with the help of this one you will do the other one. Now come to the second question of the exercise 2.2 NCERT 2.2 second question. The second question, one question we have taken here. Find the quadratic polynomial. Find the quadratic polynomial whose zeros you have given. That is your zeros is 1 upon 4 and minus 1. These two zeros you have given. Suppose for the quadratic polynomial, any polynomial, alpha and beta are two roots. Okay, so here alpha will be suppose 1 upon 4 and beta is your minus 1. These are the two roots. You have studied that one equation we have sum of the roots, sum of zeros zeros or roots, you can take an x plus product of zeros, product of zeros is equal to 0. Okay, is equal to 0. So now sum of roots, that means x square, sum of roots 1 upon 4 plus minus 1, because these are the roots. So sum of the roots is 1 upon 4 plus minus 1. X same as plus product of roots, that means 1 upon 4 multiply minus 1 equal to 0. This will become your equation, okay, quadratic polynomial directly. Now x square, so simplify this one, 1 upon 4 minus 1, and this is your x plus minus 1 upon 4 equal to 0. Here x square minus, simplify this one, 4, that means your minus 3 by 4, minus 3 upon 4, and here x, and here minus 1 upon 4, plus minus minus and equal to 0, minus minus plus, so x square plus 3 upon 4x minus 1 upon 4 equal to 0. Now you can take the LCM of this one, so this will become x square, 4x square plus 3x minus 1 equal to 0, because the 4 goes on the right hand side. Okay, so this is your quadratic polynomial. This is your quadratic polynomial. Okay, the first thing is that you have given 2 zeros, you have taken that these are your 1 by 4 and second one is your 1. This is the main thing you have studied with the derivation. When we done the derivation of the quadratic polynomial, then this results is came. Okay, so you have to remember, or you have to keep in mind this result, that means x square minus sum of the zeros x plus product of zeros equal to 0. Sum of zeros, that means 1 by 4 minus 1 plus minus minus, then we take LCM, it become minus 3 by 4, and this is okay. This is the solution part. With the help of these you will try to solve the 2.2 in your rough notebook. So here now we have learned that find the polynomial, quadratic polynomial whose zeros are given 1 by 4 and minus 1 respectively. There is one more question is there. This is your find a quadratic polynomial. Same question but a little bit is changed, that's why I am doing this one. Find a quadratic polynomial whose sum of zeros and product of zeros are given 1 by 4 and minus 1 respectively. Here it is, you have to find quadratic equation, quadratic polynomial whose sum of zeros and product of zeros, these are the main thing here. Sum of the zeros and product of zeros are given 1 by 4 and minus 1 respectively. That means sum of the zeros. Let alpha and beta be the roots of for the quadratic polynomial. So alpha and beta, so sum of the roots, that means alpha plus beta you have given 1 by 4. First thing is that sum of zeros given 1 by 4 and product is alpha beta is given your minus 1. Okay, what is the change in this question? Find a quadratic polynomial. You have to find a quadratic polynomial whose zeros, here the zeros are given, that means alpha and beta you have given. But in this question you have given sum of the zeros and the product of the zeros. We have taken the same digit, 1 by 4 here, 1 by 4 here, but minus 1 and minus 1. But the main thing you have to keep in mind, that is zeros you have given here, and here sum of zeros and product of zeros are given. Okay, so now we are doing this one. Now you have to find a quadratic polynomial. So what is the formula is your x square minus sum of the roots and x plus product of roots equal to 0. Same as for this, x square minus sum of the zeros x plus product of zeros. Okay, now simplify this one. X square, sum of the root is 1 by 4x, product of root is minus 1. Now simplify x square minus 1 upon 4x plus minus minus 1 equal to 0. Now take the LCM is here. It's becoming your x square, 4x square minus x minus 4 upon 4 equal to 0. This 4 goes on the right hand side and it's become your 4x square minus x minus 4 equal to 0. So this is your quadratic equation. We can write as 4x square x minus and minus 4. This is your quadratic equation. So these are the two questions These are the two different question. Okay, so you have to keep in mind what is the question you have given. Here the zeros you have given, and here the sum of the zeros and the product of the zeros you have given. So now this is our next topic, division algorithm for polynomials. Division algorithm for polynomials. Now what is the division algorithm? As you know that in simply when we divide any number, suppose this is about a polynomial. Okay, so suppose we have taken here px and gx are the two polynomial with gx doesn't equal to 0. Then we can find polynomial qx and rx. What about the qx, rx, px, and suppose we are giving the divide as gx on px. So obviously we will get some quotient and some remainder. Okay, this is the general long division method. When we divide any number with any other divisor, we get any quotient and also a remainder. Remainder can be 0. It's always be less than g. So here, what is the division algorithm? Division algorithm is dividend equal to divisor multiply quotient plus remainder, as you have studied. That is, when we divide any number, suppose you are dividing 19 with the help of 3. How much you will get? 3 6 are 18 and remainder is 1. Obviously, so here 19 equal to 6 3 is 18 plus 1 19. That means same process you will do. So here for the division algorithm, it is your px equal to gx multiply qx. That means dividend equal to divisor multiply quotient plus remainder. And remainder, what about the remainder? Remainder can be 0. Remainder can be 0 and or the degree of the remainder is always be less than the degree of divisor. Okay, so it's in your 9th class you have familiar about the division of the polynomials. So here one more thing is we are doing, this is a question of NCERT, first question 2.3. That means divide the polynomial px by the gx and find the quotient and remainder in each case. Okay, so you will divide this one here. Or one more thing is here, these questions is two different type. Check whether the polynomial is a factor of the second polynomial by dividing the second polynomial px by the first polynomial. That means when you divide this one with the help of this, if you get remainder 0, that means it is a factor of this one. But if in any case the remainder is something other than 0, that means that time this is not a factor of this. That means when the divisor completely divide the dividend, that means we can say that this is the factor of that one. But when the divisor does not divide the dividend completely, we will say that it is not a factor of this one. Okay, so now let's come to do this divide. So here you have given 2 minus x square. That is your gx equal to 2 minus x square. First thing is that form this one is as a, convert this as a standard form. So the standard form will be this one. Okay, x square, this is the quadratic equation. Why quadratic? Degree is 2. So here firstly you will take here ax square plus bx plus c. That means a square terms come firstly. So we have taken this one. Okay. Now the divide this one is as minus x square plus 2 and x power 4 minus 5x square plus 6. It is x square, it is x power 4. So we will take here minus x square, minus minus plus, so x power 4, x square, x power 4, minus x square with the multiplier of second term, that is your plus minus x square into 2, 2x square. Sign change, these get cancelled out. Now here what is remainder? It is a 2x square with positive sign. It can't be calculated with this. Okay, so it is minus 5x and plus 6. Now it is your minus 2. So this is your minus minus plus 2x square minus minus. So it will, we will write it here minus 4. Okay, so again sign change, cancel out, this become minus 4x my plus 6 plus 4 10. So this is your remainder. Okay, so we have divided this first polynomial to the second polynomial. We get the quotient as x square minus 2 and as the remainder it is 5 minus 5x plus 10. Here we are getting the as a remainder that means we can see that this is not a factor of this one. If remainder will be 0, that time we will say it is a factor of that one. This is your NCERT 2.3 third question. Okay, this is your third question of NCERT. That means your obtain all other zeros of 3x power 4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5. If two zeros are given, root 5 upon 3 and minus root 5 upon 3. So here the degree of this polynomial is 4. Why 4? Because the highest power is 4. So how many zeros of this polynomial have? 4. Why 4? Because the degree is 4. That means it have 4 zeros. 2 zeros you have given. Now another 2 you have to find. That means, so before doing this, firstly we will make a quadratic of this one. These two polynomial you have given, you will make a quadratic. How you will make a quadratic? These you have given, these are the zeros. So you can write it as x plus root 5 upon 3 and x minus root 5 upon 3. Because first one sign is a positive and another is negative. So it will become like this. A square, a plus b and a minus b. So you can write as x square minus root 5 upon 3 whole square equal to 0. So what will it become? X square minus root and square is cancelled out. So 5 upon 3. After simplification, it will become your 3x square minus 5 upon 3 equal to 0. It is on denominator, so it will goes on right hand side. This become your 3x square minus 5 equal to 0. This is your one quadratic equation we have find with the help of two roots you have given. Okay. Now to finding the another two zeros, you will divide this one. That means this one now become your dividend and this will be your divisor. So now divide it. So 3x square minus 5, you will divide 3x 4 power 4 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5. So how many times it will goes? 3 and 3, same as here. X power 2, x power 4. So how x power 2 is here. So now it's become your 3x power 4 and minus 5x square minus 5x square. So we will write here minus 5x square. Now simplify, positive, negative sign, negative, positive. Because after the sign will get changed, this get cancel out. Here 6x power 3 and it is here plus minus. Plus minus become minus. And 5 minus 2 is 3. With the we will sign put plus. Why plus? Because in front of the greater it is positive. So it is x square. Minus 10x remain x minus 5. It is your 6. 3 positive with the help of positive sign. 2 is 6 and x power 3. 2 is here. X power 3 is here. How many x we need here? Only 1. So now 3 2 is 6x square cube become and 5 2s are 10x. That means we will write here this one minus 10x. Again sign change is here. These get cancelled out. This is also get cancelled out. Now remainder is this and minus 5. Again we can divide here with the help of plus. How many times? 1. Okay, because 3x square ones are 3x square and minus 5 into this minus 5. And when we change the sign, this and this get cancelled out. Remainder is your 0. Now you have the quotient is 2x plus 1. Now again factorize this with the help of middle term split. So this is your 1 1 ja 1. That means x plus 1. Now x take as common and here 1 as common. So x plus 1 and x plus 1. That means your two another roots are your minus 1 and minus 1. Now you have the 4 roots. How? This is your minus 1 and minus 1. These are another root you have find. Okay, now first thing is that you have 2 roots are given. 2 roots you have find out. That is your minus 1 and minus 1. Now total roots become 4.